Hello, darlings. You've all heard of Marilyn Monroe. Some of you know Bridget Bardot. Well, now it's time for the Cognac show. Limousines drinking the finest champagne, wearing furs, dazzling diamond jewelry. A girl can't complain. I live the upscale life, dining in the finest restaurants, eating the best caviar for free. And no matter how much I enjoy myself, they can't.
Welcome back, darlings. We're here at Manhattan Motor Cars, and we are here in the fast lane. And I'm here with this interesting gentleman who's going to talk to me all about life in the fast lane. Introduce yourself to the camera, darling.
Well, my name is Steve Stander. I'm from New Jersey Motorsports Park, the latest motorsports facility in the United States. We just opened up a year and a half ago, and it is a wonderful destination for people that like to drive fast cars and enjoy life in the fast lane.
Yes, and my husband's one of those.
You know, the passion for driving fast starts at a young age. And from the very first time that I can really understand what life was about, the first thing that attracted me was fast cars. And I've been involved in the motorsports industry now for 35 years. This economy, it's not just driving a fast car, but it's entertainment. It's getting away from routine life to do something that arguably I am convinced is one of the two most exciting things you could do in life.
Yes, driving a fast car. Now, what do you think about the cars here tonight at this Manhattan Motor Car? They're beautiful cars here.
Manhattan Motor Cars certainly sells the types of cars that are built to be driven on the racetrack, not the streets. And that's clearly the message we like to deliver, that if you own a fast car, there is a place to drive it, and it's not on public roads. So the connection between us and Manhattan Motor Cars is wonderful, and the opportunity to extend everyone that owns a high-performance car to drive on the track is the message we're here to. We have a very private club at the racetrack, and the club absolutely appeals to some very well-known celebrities, athletes, but because it is a private club.
You can't divulge any names.
That's correct. The way to find out.
But I would like to know, I mean, he's deceased now, but was Paul Newman part of that?
Paul Newman was a personal friend and someone I raced against for many years.
Really? Wow.
And we miss him very, very dearly.
You know, I'm so tortured that I never got the chance to interview Paul Newman, but I did go to, my husband takes me annually every year to Lime Rock, Connecticut.
Right.
And I was up on the field and I was talking to Joanne Woodward.
Right.
And it was right before he died. And he was so sick. But he was determined to race that car.
And he took that Corvette out on the track.
Yeah, you said it, darling. He took that Corvette out and he raced it. He raced it to the ultimate level. And his wife was there and she spoke to me for a couple of minutes. But, you know, it was tough, you know, because the poor guy, he was sick. But he did it anyway.
Paul Newman is an inspiration to everyone because he was not only a very, very decent guy, a great actor, but a great race car driver.
I know.
And although he started late in life, I think he first really started racing in his 40s. Once it started, it never ended. And the last thing he wanted to do when he went away, when he passed away, was to get in that race car. And that's so nice to hear that you were there when he turned those last laps.
Well, yeah, because my husband took me on the lot. He says, I think that's Paul Newman over there. And, you know, I wasn't really credentialed to do interviews that day, but I had the camera because my husband was videotaping for himself. And I said, Mike, you got to get me up there with Paul Newman. And we actually did get him on tape, but he was just too sick to do the interview. You know, he really was.
Your husband?
Oh, my husband would love that. You hear that, Michael? This guy's going to invite us.
We're going to invite you to come out to the park, and then you could meet, first get a taste of our facility. It's quite different than Lime Rock. And then get a chance, an opportunity to meet the people in the circle.
The website for them to go to find out more information about what you're doing.
It is njnp.com. That stands for New Jersey Motorsports Park.com. I look forward to everyone taking the time out to come out to enjoy life in the fast lane.
Tell my audience, before we end the show, is there one specific car that's your favorite that's a fast car?
Is there one specific car? Well, I race Corvettes, so I love them, but there is quite a few cars. There is a celebrity here and someone we partner up with that races Porsche, and he's not only a successful Porsche driver, but someone that's involved in our park, and perhaps one of the most famous people in racing today.
Who is that?
His name is Kevin Buckler, and hopefully you'll get to interview him before you leave.
Bring him over, darling.
I will.
Are you going to give me a kiss goodbye?
I will.
Mwah.
It was a pleasure to meet you.
And we'll be back in a moment, darlings, with more celebrity interviews. Keep watching. Pink Champagne.
Je cherche un millionnaire avec des grands Cadillac cars.
Back, darlings. I'm Cognac Wellerlane, and we are here at Manhattan Motor Cars, and I am here with the celebrity race car driver, Mr. Kevin Buckler. Kevin, darling, you are one of the most famous race car drivers in the world.
Well, that's really nice, and what a lead up. I'm honored. It's a great night here tonight. You know, they've had quite a celebration. We started with a great band, had all the booze and every Highline exotic car here. It asked us to bring a couple of our cool race cars here. We brought the Mercedes McLaren SLR that's owned by a friend and partner of mine. It's one of the only Mercedes McLaren SLR race cars in all of North America, and one of the only ones in the world. The Porsche that I used to race, similar car, is here. And indeed,
is that your favorite, the Porsche?
It is. I've been a Porsche guy all my life, and you know, that's what I made my mark in. I started in the 80s, raced in anger for about 15 years, and you know, really came up the hard way. I didn't have a lot of money when we started. We punched our way to the front. We get likened sometimes to the Rocky Balboa story, and I said, that's okay, I'll take that, because it is kind of true. But in 2002 and 2003, those were the banner years for us and for me. I won the 24 Hours of Daytona, and I won the 24 Hours of Le Mans in France, and then I won the 24 Hours of Daytona again the next year, but we won it overall from the GT class, which was cool. And then the next couple years, you know, worked real hard on building our brand. Won a lot of championships, and then 2 years ago I started a NASCAR team. I'm the owner over there, not the driver, and it's been going great.
You just love cars, don't you?
You know,
you just love racing them, you love them, it's in your blood.
It is. I mean, it has to be. Motorsports and racing in general, I mean, I think every little boy, and now some girls, you know, it excites that little side of you. And it's a visceral passion. It's a great sport. It's all good.
Tell my audience now what you're going to be planning in the future. I know you started this NASCAR whole concept, but tell my audience, what would you like to promote? What would you like to tell my audience?
One of the coolest things we're doing is on the sports car side of things, we're starting racing a Mercedes. And that's cool because Mercedes hasn't been involved in racing in 10 years, and we're going to hopefully draw them back into racing in a most positive way. Also, with the NASCAR Sprint Cup team, I started it last year, and we made it. Bobby Labonte, the famous race car driver, is driving with us this year, and I'll be in Talladega this weekend. And it's like batting in the majors. I mean, it's a big deal to have a NASCAR Sprint Cup team, but we're working hard at it.
Tell my audience, is there a website that they can go to find out more information about you as a celebrity race car driver?
Thank you. We will do that. It's www.theracersgroup.com and trgmotorsports.com. And my other passion is that hot new winery you saw sitting out front. We own Adobe Road Winery, the hottest new winery in Sonoma County. We just got some great press from the Wine Spectator, and you know, been very passionate about this for about 10 years. It's my other love, and after all this time, we're finally getting it done. It takes 10 years to be an overnight sensation in this business.
Tell my audience the website for that.
Yeah, this is AdobeRoadWines.com, AdobeRoadWines.com, and we're tiny little boutique winery based in California. Hot, hot, hot right now. Things are going good. And thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Salud.
Cheers, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Mwah. Thank you. You're a doll.
Yes, and so are you. And we will be back in a moment, darlings, with more celebrity interviews. Keep watching. Pink Champagne Kisses.
I said cognac, ooh, ooh. I said cognac, ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm a bubbly blonde, fallacy dressed to impress. One of a kind girl.
This has been a Crybaby Productions, darlings.